Hello students of Standard 9. In Geography, you are going to learn a new chapter, that is Chapter 6, Landforms of the Earth. What do you mean by the landforms? The landforms which are found on the surface of the earth. In other words, they indicate all the relief features which are found on the surface of the earth, and they are known as geomorphology, the systematic study about the relief of the surface of the earth, known as geomorphology. So, there is always change on the landforms of the earth because of the forces. Some forces are always active below the surface of the earth, and some are active on the surface of the earth. In the ancient period, millions of years ago, first of all, the first order of relief features which were formed, they were the continents and oceans. In second order of relief, that means in second stage, the main landforms which are mountains, plateaus and plains were formed. And in third order of relief, all the small features like small hills, valleys, canyons, gorges, all these are formed. So, all these landforms are always affected by some of the forces on the surface of the earth or from the interior. So, these forces are divided into two categories. First is internal or endogenetic force. Second is external or exogenic force. So, the internal or endogenetic force which works from the deep interior, there is high pressure of overlying layers and intense temperature which are always involved in the changing of the surface of the earth, the landforms which are found. So, all at sudden, some of the processes or forces are involved to change. They are due to the internal pressure, and all at sudden that causes movement of the plates, and that causes earthquakes, or sometimes there is hot molten magma which erupts all at sudden through the wind, and that is volcanic eruption, and that also changes the sculpture of the earth's surface. And the external forces or exogenic forces which are always active on the surface of the earth. First of all, large land mass or large rocks are affected by the agents of weathering, temperature change or frost action. They can change the rocks into small pieces. High mountains are always affected by the agents of erosion or gradation. Like in the areas where there is heavy rainfall, river water or rainy water, both are active to change the landforms. In the desert area, wind which blows in great speed, that is able to change the landforms. And in the areas where there is ice-capped areas, they are affected by the temperature change, and melting ice-capped areas form glaciers, and glaciers are able to change the landforms which are found in the ice-capped region. So, these landforms are always been affected, and you are going to learn today about the important landforms. They are the high mountains. They are the mountains. What do you mean by the mountains? Natural elevated areas surrounding plain areas, and they are containing at the altitude about 900 meters above the sea level. So they are termed as the mountains. These mountains are found all over the world, and they are found in different types. On the basis of their formation in different periods, they are divided into three categories. Some mountains were formed about 320 million years ago. The period is known as Caledonian period, and many mountains, high mountains, were formed in that period. Second stage or second period is known as Hercynian period. Some of the high mountains were formed about 240 million years ago, and some mountain ranges were formed recently about 30 to 50 million years ago, and the name of the period is known as Alpine period. So these three periods, during these three periods, Caledonian, Hercynian and Alpine period, many mountain ranges were formed on the surface of the earth all over the world. Now, if you see, according to the formation, the mountains can be classified or named, or there are three types of mountains. First, fold mountains. Second, block mountains. And third, residual mountains. So today you are going to learn about the fold mountains. What do you mean by the fold mountains? The mountains which are formed due to the compression, due to the interior pressure or horizontal pressure. It takes place horizontal or vertical, but when there is compression face to face, the layers of the earth's surface forms fold, and when they form fold, the up fold is named as anticline, and that forms fold mountain, and the downward fold is known as syncline, that forms valleys. So fold mountains are formed due to the compressional forces, horizontal compressional forces, and that forms fold, and that is known as the fold mountain. There are many examples of fold mountains all over the world. In North America, Rockies; in South America, Andes; in Australia, Great Dividing Range; in Asia, Great Himalayas; in Europe, Alps and other alpine mountain chains; in Africa, Atlas or Drakensberg. All these are some of the examples of fold mountains. But if you see all these mountains, their period of formation was different. Some were formed many million years ago in Caledonian and Hercynian period, and some are formed recently, that is about 30 to 50 million years ago. So on the basis of this formation period or period of formation, fold mountains are divided into two categories. One is young fold mountains and second is old fold mountains. What are the young fold mountains? The mountains which are formed or which were formed recently, that means about 30 to 50 million years ago in the Alpine period. They are known as the young fold mountains. For example, all those names what I told, these are the examples of young fold mountains. Great Himalayas, Rockies, Andes, Alps, all these are the examples of young fold mountains. And what are the old fold mountains? Which were formed about 320 or 240 million years ago during Caledonian and Hercynian periods. So during that period they were formed, they were very high, but after many million years, if we see, their height is already decreased and they are found like a highland or dome-shaped mountain. So these old fold mountains in the world, two examples you can see, they are Appalachian Highlands in North America and Ural mountain, which is located between Europe and Asia. So if you see their formation and the difference between these two, young fold mountains and old fold mountains, Young fold mountains are very high mountains and old fold mountains are lower mountains. If you see their characteristics of shape, young fold mountains have high and conical peaks and they have steep sided conical peaks and steep sided mountains. But old fold mountains have dome shape. Topper part is dome shape and they have gentle slope, not steep slope. So, if you see the differences, they are found or formed in different periods. They are different in size and they are different in shape. So you should learn at least 3 points. There are many points, but at least you should remember these 3 points. Okay, if you see the birth of great Himalayas, how they were formed? They were also formed due to the interior forces. The northern part of Europe and Asia, they are known as Eurasia and they are made of Eurasian plate and the southern part is made of Indian plate. Between these two large landmass, there was a large Tethys Sea. But when, due to the interior forces, the Indian mass or plate moved towards north, large Tethys Sea was filled due to the sediments and after that they are changed into folds and at present we can see that is the large chain or great Himalayan chains are located between Eurasia and India. So this is the birth of Himalayas. Like that, other mountain chains are also formed on the surface of the earth. Thank you.